What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna check out Kingdom Come Deliverance II on the main PC here. And if it runs as good as it does on the secondary computer, I'll be happy. Might even run even better. We'll have to wait and see. But let's not wait any longer, and let's go see. Well, alright. We're gonna start off with experimental, just native, just to see what it does. It probably won't run the best. Hey, I told you to go off. I must have forgot to hit confirm. Well, let's just do it right now. Here we go. And then I had to use Afterburner. I could not get my other system or other FPS monitoring software to work. It just kept freezing every time I'd start. Here we go, we're in the game. And it's actually doing better than I thought it was gonna. Still not what I would consider playable on systems such as this, but so far it's done the best out of everything, but it does have a 4090, so. But yeah, I couldn't use FPS monitor. Anytime I'd start shadow recording, or recording with shadow play, shadow recording. But yeah, it would just freeze. At first I thought, why is it stuck at 30 FPS? And then I looked, oh wait, none of the numbers are moving. It just freezes completely anytime I start recording. And then as soon as I stopped, it was fine. I was like, oh, well, that's damn lame, but it is what it is. At least I've got a backup. And this is Intel and NVIDIA. This should not really affect it at all in terms of stutters and stuff. Supposedly. Well, hell, I bet if we turn DLSS on, it'll probably be completely playable. All right, now we're going to turn DLSS on the quality. Leaving the rest of the settings exactly the same. And all right, to the game. All right, here we go. And we're getting like 70 FPS now. So yeah, it seems to be pretty damn playable like this. Could be some spots where it drops under for sure, but at least for where we are now, we're golden. And we're also recording. It was more at like 80 FPS before I started recording. But when I record for shadow play, I do 100 bitrate, which is kind of hard on the system, but I want it to look as close to what it looks like for me as possible, especially when I know YouTube is going to degrade the quality. So I figured go 100% wacko with the quality. That way it should still look at least halfway decent by the time it gets there to the YouTubes. Alrighty though. Let's tone it down. Alright, so now we're going to do Ultra, which is what it defaulted to. Although I do believe that it defaulted with Ultra and DLSS on performance, which I thought, alright, that seems a little bit much. And we'll put that down too. I think we've done that on the rest of the systems. But alright, to the game. Alright, here we go. And it looks like mostly 60s, though I can almost guarantee there's going to be some spots where it'll drop under 60, just barely. But for now, pretty damn playable FPS. Alright, well, let's go ahead and see what it'll be like with a little DLSS. It is time now for some DLSS on quality. So, let's have a quick look at the settings. Still Ultra. So yeah, I don't know why I did performance. I think it'd be fine on Ultra, but hey, let's go see for sure. Alright, well now here we go. Got ourselves some DLSS, and now we're in the 90s. Even hitting 100 every once in a while. So this is exactly the kind of frame rate I like for a single player game like this. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised it defaulted to Ultra, but then DLSS performance. It could have just done quality, no problem. This is more than enough FPS. Maybe it was just trying to be like, oh, well, we know he has a 120 hertz monitor. Let's try to get him close as that as possible. I doubt the game is that intelligent, but just throwing it out there. Oh, shit. Did someone kill him? Oh, no, he's breathing. Jeez. Don't scare me like that, game. I thought some frickin' thing came and just killed that chick's dog. And then I was going to have to go on another killing spree and kill some more people or things. Heck, I've already had to kill 3 people over here. Well, one dude killed the one guy. I only had to kill the other 2, but still. There are 3 dead carcasses buried somewhere in these woods. But whatever, they were all bad men anyway, so they deserved it. Alright, well, just for fun, let's try seeing what the game's like on high, since we did that on other systems too. Alright, so now we're going to drop it down to high, we'll do native first, and then swoop back for some DLSS. And then, of course, get some camera recorded gameplay at the very end. So alright, let's get into the game. Alright, well, now it seems like we get right around that 80, 90 FPS we were getting with DLSS before on Ultra, kind of like just all the time. Which means we'll probably get like 110, 111 when we get it to the DLSS this time. So, seems like it'll be very similar to how the 7900 XTX handled it. Although this thing still handled experimental way better than the XTX system. That thing, even with FSR's help, couldn't maintain a constant 60. Whereas this thing almost got 60 by itself, and then was getting in the 70s once we turned on some DLSS. But DLSS is just straight up superior tech. Only works on NVIDIA, but that's okay. That's all it needs to do. They didn't need to have one that worked on everything. AMD tried to do that just because they knew they couldn't compete out the other way. But then along came Intel, and they're like, hey, our shit like works better in most games. Unless you compare it to like the FSR 3.1s, and 4 is definitely a little better. But if you have 2 or 1, both of those FSRs suck compared to EXEE. Or whatever the heck Intel's is called. I messed that one up a lot. I think it's XESS or something like that. I can't remember for sure, though. I don't have an Intel GPU to test that out on, really, so. Although I think that one works on everything, too, now I think about it. I'd have to try. Anyway, now on the rest of the systems, we did DLSS 2, so we'll do it here and then move on to camera. So let's look at the other settings, just so there's no funny business. Still on high. And now, let's go see how it'll do. Alright, well, here we go. And holy shit, I was way off. We're getting like 130 FPS. So yeah, this thing's definitely beating the pants off the 79 XTX. But 490 is a more powerful card. The 7900 XTX is just a much better bang for the buck. But then you have to make do with not having great upscaling, and then make do with not having good ray tracing if you care about that kind of thing. But most people that buy AMD don't care about either of those two things. They just try to make sure their card can do native and is powerful enough to do that, so they don't have to use FSR. But there's some games where you just kind of have to, if you want to like try to max them out anyway. But that's why I always tell people maxing games out is pretty stupid anyway. I just do it on here because people expect to see it. I usually run games on high myself, but alright though, let's move on to camera now. Alright, let's get some camera recorded gameplay now. Why hello Misty. You coming to watch? Why, hello, Misty. She's just gonna mosey on by and go up to her tree. But yeah, had to use Afterburner because for whatever reason, FPS monitor, every time I would start recording, it would freeze. Otherwise, it was fine. So I was like, okay, well, at least on Intel it doesn't really do anything, so we can go back to this one on here. Not a big deal. Besides, a lot of people like the frame time bar, including me. Yeah, this thing handles it really, really good when you put it on high and DLSS at the same time. Like, damn. My monitor can't even keep up with all these frames. It's only a 120 hertz monitor. At 4K, though. So usually that's not easy for it to do, but for a game like this, apparently it is. Well, more like 1440p in this case, but still. We do have DLSS on. That's why we've also got screen tearing, and I don't like screen tearing. So normally I would just like, you know, put VSync on, but when you make these videos, people don't want VSync on. They want to see what it can do. And sometimes that does make games stutter and whatnot, and that's no fun. But then some games just have stutter built right in. This game seems to be pretty damn ass smooth. I mean, the only times I've seen it really stutter is when I start the recording on systems. Or on certain systems when I'm recording, and then as soon as I stopped, even if I didn't get like the most FPS in the world, I didn't really see stutters anymore. Yeah, still a nice looking game, not the best graphics known to man, but definitely still nice. And I would rather have a game that looks nice like this, and then is running smooth, versus a game that looks better but runs like garbage, and then has ghosting and TAA and all sorts of other garbage going on to make it basically all the good graphics ruined. So it's like, okay. Like, this just looks fine to me. Especially with DLSS or at native 4K. It's great looking. Heck, this game even seems to have pretty damn good implementation of FSR. Huh. Wonder how I'd go about getting it down. I already tried chopping it down with a freaking axe, but it didn't work. I don't know if I just wasn't doing it right or what.
Can't leave here. I swore to protect for Hannah's, and I intend to keep my word.
Alright, we should probably turn it around before they glitch the game out and it just like kicks me out or says I lose or something. And I guess let's just head back towards that big old lake. And then I think that'll be plenty of camera recorded gameplay at that point. All right. And let's go wrap this video on up. Alright guys, that's a wrap for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And it ran great on this thing. We even almost got playable FPS with experimental, just like on the secondary computer. And then they were very playable with just a little DLSS help. So yeah, if you have a system like this, you can just, whatever you feel like, go with whatever settings you feel like, and you're pretty much golden. As long as you don't expect to get native 4K experimental. But in any case, that's all I got for you guys for this particular video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoy making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.